Welcome to the video, guys. I'm doing this video in the same style I did the video titled Why I'm Not a Professional Footballer, a video where I'm just having a conversation with you, very few edits, very few cuts, where I'm just kind of getting into flow on this topic so that everything that I'm feeling and everything I want to say about the topic just kind of comes through and just kind of comes from the heart. Anyway, if you want to take a look at that other video I did recently on why I did not become a professional footballer, I will link that up top with a bar coming across and down below. But let's get into the topic that this video is all about. So there are a few reasons I want to make this video, and I know like the title's a bit confusing, maybe a bit mysterious. You know, it's called like doing this one thing will destroy your football career. And it's because I feel so strongly about this, and it's not something that you probably are thinking of. It's something that I actually wanted to address before I made one of my previous videos titled something like 5 signs that you will never be a professional footballer. But after the reaction by some people from that video as well, I definitely want to talk about this because it's very prominent, it seems, in a lot of players. And the reason I want to bring it up is because if you don't change this, shift it, do something about this, it's really going to prevent you from fulfilling your potential to the max, getting to that level that you could potentially get to. And the last thing you want to have happen is have this one thing drag you down and prevent you from actually achieving that potential and seeing how far you could go. So that one thing that if you don't get a grip on, that one thing that if you just don't get it under control and switch it to something else that can really hold you back is arrogance. Now, let me explain before all of you get up and go, well, this player's arrogant and this player's arrogant and they're successful and you need arrogance. Well, let me explain exactly what arrogance is and kind of dispel the myth about, players like Ronaldo being arrogant or Zlatan being arrogant. There is a difference between arrogance and confidence and self-belief. Arrogance is not necessarily synonymous with confidence, nor is it necessarily synonymous with self-belief or believing in your ability. Arrogance has more of a negative connotation to it. Even when people say, yeah, I'm a little bit arrogant, but that plays into my hands, they're not saying that in the negative way. They're not saying that in a sense of that they are negatively arrogant. They're usually saying that they are confident. Arrogance is essentially believing that you deserve something, that you should just get something, you are good at something without any work in the background. It's entitlement. It's believing, for example, that you're better than someone else just because. There's no real reason behind it. You just think, I'm better than this player because whatever I am. There's no like, I'm better than this player because I put in the work, I put in more work than this player, I've been smarter than this player. No, there's none of that. It's just, I'm better. That's what arrogance is. It's a sense of entitlement. You can say that certain players are arrogant and that makes them better, but I really like defining what those players have as confidence. I don't see Zlatan Ibrahimovic, for example, as arrogant in a negative way. I see him, if you're going to say arrogant, maybe he has a bit of an edge about him, but I see him as confident. He's confident. Why is he confident? Because he believes in his ability. He knows he's one of the best, but why does he believe those things? Because he puts in the work, because he's demonstrated to himself time and time again that he is one of the best. It's not like he just believes he's the best for no reason. And I can give you a few examples in the professional game of how arrogance can work against you. Now, anyone who's a professional player, is a higher level than most of us have ever achieved or ever will achieve. But still, you can see the potential of some players never being fulfilled because of certain arrogance. Let's talk about one, Nicklas Bendtner. Now, some of you may think he never would have become a great player anyway, but there was a time when he was considered an incredibly talented young player, and he was playing at Arsenal, getting game time, and he was doing really, really well. And everyone knows that famous interview where he said, my goal was to become the best striker in the world, and I think that I achieved it. And it was so ridiculous a claim, and it was so kind of delusional that everyone kind of, smirked at it, laughed at it, and didn't take him seriously. And I think that kind of belief system hurt his career. There's nothing wrong with aiming high, But if you have a delusional quality and you don't back that up with hard work, if you don't back that up with doing the things you need to do to get to that level, then you're just going to hurt yourself. So that was a level of arrogance. You can look at other players who are extremely talented and perhaps have not fulfilled their potential because of that level of arrogance, of just thinking, I'm talented, I'm good, I'm better than these people, I don't need to put in the work. You know, you don't want to become that kind of player, and that's why I want you to start developing confidence, not arrogance, self-belief, not entitlement. Now, I originally wanted to create this video before I even made the 5 signs you're not going to become a pro video, because I saw so many comments on videos like 5 skills to use in a game or something, and people would say, I already know those moves. Those moves are easy. And every single time I get a comment like that, I just go, oh my God, what are you doing? If you think that, oh, I already know how to do the Cruyff turn and the drag back and the chop, and I already know how to do them, I'm already good at them, I don't need to learn this stuff, you are setting yourself up for failure. These are things used at the professional level. These are moves used day in, day out by top level pros, not just all pros, top level pros. When you start developing such an air of arrogance that you look at the simple moves and the basic techniques and think, I'm beyond these things, I want to work on the advanced stuff. I want to be doing triple step overs and nutmegs and rainbows over people's head because that's the level I'm at. Who are you trying to impress? You know, don't try and impress me or anybody else on YouTube, because ultimately, as much as I want to help you become a better player, I'm not concerned whether or not you even like my channel or my videos. I put them out so that hopefully you can use them to better your game. So when I'm talking about this kind of thing, I'm not saying it, you know, for my own gain. You know, I'm saying this to hopefully help you, to help you kind of move from seeing what arrogance is and the difference between that and confidence. When I give you 5 basic moves or 5 moves and I keep going on about the Cruyff or the step over or something like that, there's a reason for it. Sure, I could show you, you know, a double step over with an elastico combo or something, or some crazy pana skills or whatever, but there's a reason I don't usually do videos of that nature, because I know it's not going to be really that effective to you. Yeah, you might think it's cooler. Yeah, you might go, oh, look at those skills, that's so great. Look at the thing he can do, but it's not going to help you. And so coming to videos and going, I already know how to do this, I'm beyond this level, it's shooting yourself in the foot, because these basic fundamentals are the things you have to master if you ever want to even hope to get to a higher level, the collegiate level, the pro level, or wherever you're trying to go. Here's a really huge thing when it comes to arrogance versus confidence. Confidence comes from this place of motivation. It comes from this place of self-belief. It comes from an inner love of yourself. That's where confidence comes from. Self-belief cannot be cultivated unless you have an inner love and acceptance of yourself. Arrogance comes from a fear-based place. Arrogance is like that person who puts on a front and tries to act tough or act the part, when in reality they're just scared inside and they just don't want to appear like a certain thing. That's the huge difference when I think about it between arrogance and confidence. Arrogance is fear-based and confidence is love-based, if you want to put it in that way. So it's coming from a place of, you know you're good, you know you're getting better, you believe in yourself. So you don't want to be arrogant. You want to be someone who's confident, who believes in themselves. You don't want to be that player who's coming to a skill video and is just kind of turning their nose up at it, going, I'm beyond this crap. Or seeing a shooting video and going, I'm beyond the fundamentals. Show some better stuff. Show some more complicated moves. There's a reason I'm not showing that. There's nothing wrong with enjoying a cool, video that goes over really cool stuff, but understand that if you want to be an effective player in matches, it's usually the simple moves. It's usually, doing the simple techniques as masterfully as possible and doing that consistently throughout the match that's going to have you be a more effective and impactful player. So ultimately, guys, look to be open, look to be a learner, look to be someone who's confident, not necessarily arrogant. There's nothing wrong with having an edge, but that can come from confidence as well. You do not need to be this arrogant person who just believes they're better than people for no reason. I mean, you should never really believe that to begin with, but you can believe you're a better footballer, not because just for no reason, but because you put in the work, because you've been smart with your training, because of all that stuff. You know, you want to be coming from that foundation, from seeing yourself as a good player because you've done what you need to do in order to become a good player. That's what gives you confidence. And here's the last thing I'll say about it. Confident players get better and better and better. Confident players learn more and more and are progressive. They progressively or typically progressively get better and better. Arrogant players typically plateau and regress. And the reason for that, again, is because they think they either know it all or they think they're beyond certain things. They don't put in the work. And so they will slowly start to regress or even quickly regress. Other players will quickly catch up to them, the ones that are actually confident and actually putting in the work. So, I mean, in the long run, it's not a good strategy. Be confident, develop your confidence, but don't be entitled, don't be arrogant, because that's just going to have you plateau and then fall off, and you don't want that at all. So anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you agree with what I'm saying. You may disagree. You're fine to disagree, but don't be one of those guys who goes, "Oh, you're an idiot," blah, 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 blah. You know, let's have a little bit more civil discourse here. But if you disagree, let me know. I'm absolutely open to hearing what you guys have to say about it. Anyway, just really the main message from this is arrogance really in any facet of life, any walk of life can really drag you down, but confidence can really pull you up to heights you may not even be able to imagine now. So that's it for today, guys. If you want to check out the other video I did in this kind of manner, I'll leave that link down below. I'll put 2 other videos up on screen somewhere where I can fit them. Thank you for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.